Boo! Did I scare you? Guys, I have no flashlight. I'm using my Alex Earl ring light. Just kidding, it's from Amazon. And hello everyone, welcome to today's video where I'm going to be getting ready for Halloween while telling you about how the house I live in now used to be haunted. But first, I have to go pick up my Chinese food. Ta-da! Hopefully that's a good transition.
Nope.
I'm just gonna start off with some skin prep. I have the Peach and Lillie water prep or drench prep, and then I have this hyaluronic acid serum by Drunk Elephant. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, this is not a very long story, just because as soon as my grandma started noticing that possibly paranormal things were going on in the house, she immediately called a priest. So I called my grandma today to see her perspective of the story because my mom was probably a teenager when this happened. My mom has some details of the story that my grandma doesn't really know, or she just never picked up on. So I say the story starts back in Delaware, where my mom grew up. My mom's great aunt had always said that that house in Delaware was haunted. So basically my mom said that creepy things would happen, you know, the toaster would be on the other side of the counter when she would wake up in the morning, things would just be missing, moved around, things like that. So my mom's great aunt says that the house was haunted because of a man who himself from a tree in the backyard. And when my grandma heard this, she got a psychic to the house, and the psychic said that the house was in fact haunted and that it was by the man who had himself. And then whenever my grandma moved into the house I now live in, she said that she started noticing some strange things. The story my grandma has always told me is that in the room below where I am now, she would wake up at 3 a.m. and weird things would happen. Mind you, this is before all those 3 a.m. YouTube videos. This was in the early 90s. Like, this is how I knew my grandma wasn't lying. Like, she does not know about those 3 a.m. videos. She doesn't know the lore of 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m., you turn into the imposter.
When she told me this, I was already freaked out because I hear 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh, hell no. Hell no. There were a series of things that happened at 3 a.m., not on the same night, but anything paranormal that did happen, she said happened at 3 a.m. The first thing that happened was the TV randomly turned on at 3 a.m. and she had thought, maybe I rolled over. Maybe I rolled over onto the remote and turned the TV on. That couldn't have happened because the remote was on the nightstand. So scary. Then she goes on to tell me that another night, her fan, it was a box fan that sat on her nightstand, started spinning like crazy at full speed. Out of nowhere, she didn't turn it on, nothing like that. Last thing she says that happened was that the garage door opened at 3 a.m. on its own. What? Her dad, my great-grandpa, is an electrician, so she says, hey dad, is there any way this could have just happened? And he says that it could have been a power surge or something. As for the garage, but the other things, there's no way they would have just turned on by themselves. This KVD duo blush, so good. So my grandma goes to church the next week and she sees the real estate agent, the woman who sold her the house. My grandma walks over to her, she goes, hey, wait, I have to ask you something. Has anyone died in the house that I live in? To which the real estate agent says, no, that's ridiculous. No one's ever died in the house before.
Are you sure about that?
Yet all these weird things are going on. So, like the smart woman she is, my grandma decides to call a priest to come and bless the house. My grandma's very superstitious, so in her head, she's like, oh hell no, I have children, I don't want the house being cursed, haunted, anything like that. She doesn't mess with it. So the priest comes and he blesses the house. He has everyone say a different prayer in each room. He seals it by taking some chalk and drawing symbols above the door, since my house is brick. Yeah, the theory is that the ghost followed them from the house in Delaware to here. And I've always had weird little encounters in this house. Nothing that spooked me so bad that I didn't want to sleep at night. One of those things being the nightmares I would have as a kid. I would always imagine this Ursula-looking monster with tentacles coming out of the vent on the ceiling, and I was probably around 4. Another thing I experienced while living at this house is one time I was laying in my bed about to fall asleep, and this is just how I remember it. I do believe that kids have false memories sometimes and remember things as scarier than they really were. So I'm just retelling how I remember the story. I'm about to fall asleep in my bed when I feel something tuck me in to my blanket. Like I'm laying on my side and I feel, it almost felt like hands like going under my back and tucking in the blanket. And I wasn't even that scared, shockingly, for how young I was. Like, you would think I'd be dead. I think more than anything, I was just paralyzed in fear. I don't know exactly how it went down, but I think I was hearing sounds downstairs or something of the sort. I just felt really scared. I think I woke up in the middle of the night from a nightmare. I heard this jingling sound, so I turn over and my dog is just sitting at the foot of my bed watching me sleep. This dog would never come upstairs unless my mom was upstairs, so this was super weird. I really think he was just trying to protect me or something, or maybe he knew that I was scared. So yeah, there's always just been weird little instances in the house. Another thing I forgot to bring up is my grandma saw a shadow figure in the driveway, so that's pretty creepy as well. So this is it for the makeup. It's kind of plain. It's not my best work. The cracks are kind of weird, but I just wanted to do something festive. So let me show you guys the outfit. First, I have this top that's polka dots. I also got this skirt, both from Urban Outfitters. I have on my white socks, so I'm just gonna pair them with these Mary Jane style heels. Here is the full outfit. The lighting isn't amazing over here, but you get the gist. I did also buy these buttons for photos, so I could do like, I don't know, make it look like my eye, like this. Yeah, that's cute. If you made it this far in the video, leave a little bat emoji in the comment section so that I know you were watching. It can be our little secret. That's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know if you have any ghost stories that I can tell, because I think I'm gonna make another one of these videos in the future. I love ghost stories. They do freak me out, but I like to hear it. Until next time, everybody. Bye.